Hi, in this video I'll help you get to know your car a little better. At the end of this video I've put together a straightforward infographic that summarizes all the key points. Like, subscribe and comment below. It really helps.
Ah, that dreaded feeling. You're driving along and boom, a new warning light pops up on the dashboard. It's so frustrating, right? Well, if you're in a Dodge and that light is throwing a C003A 1D code, you are in exactly the right place. Let's get this thing figured out. So your ABS light is on. You plugged in your scanner and it spits out C003A-1D. What is your car actually trying to tell you? Don't worry, we're going to break down this trouble code piece by piece so you know exactly what you're dealing with.
Okay, first up, let's talk about what you're probably seeing and feeling in the car. Because the trouble code isn't just some random number, it's directly linked to real-world symptoms, especially when it comes to your car's safety systems.
Now, you're almost definitely going to see the check engine light or maybe a specific ABS warning light. But look at that second point. That's the one that really matters, a potential loss of your anti-lock braking capability. This means this code isn't just some small annoyance, it's a real safety issue you need to look at right away. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty and translate this thing from computer speak into plain English. You know, these codes can look super intimidating, but once you know how to read them, they actually tell you a whole lot. The official name is, well, it's a mouthful. Right rear wheel speed sensor circuit current out of range. Let's just chop that up. Right rear wheel speed sensor, that's easy. It tells us the exact spot to look. The really important part, though, is circuit current out of range. All this means is your car's computer is getting an electrical signal that's just weird. It's either too high or too low, but it's definitely not in the normal happy range. This points us straight to an electrical fault, not a mechanical one. And why does that little signal matter so much? Well, that sensor has a hugely important job. It's constantly telling the main computer exactly how fast that right rear wheel is spinning. And that information is absolutely critical for your anti-lock braking system, your ABS, and your traction control to do their jobs properly. So we know it's an electrical problem in that right rear wheel speed sensor circuit. But what's actually causing it? Let's go through the usual suspects, kind of like a police lineup, starting with the easy stuff first. This chart gives us a really good bird's eye view. As you can see, all the problems boil down to two main things, either physical damage to the connectors or different kinds of electrical shorts somewhere in the wires. We're going to dive into each of these. The number one cause, and the first thing you should always check, is just simple physical damage. So before you grab any tools, just get your eyes on it. Is the plastic connector cracked? Do you see any of that nasty green or white crusty stuff, corrosion on the metal pins? Sometimes it's literally as simple as a connector that's just shaking itself loose. Now, what about those electrical shorts? Let's use an analogy to make it super simple. Think of the wiring in your car like a garden hose. A short circuit is basically a leak in that hose. The electricity is escaping or going somewhere it's not supposed to, so the right signal never makes it to the end of the line.
And just like with a leaky hose, you can have different kinds of leaks, right? A short to voltage is like that leaky hose spraying water onto another hose right next to it, messing up its flow. A short to ground is like the hose leaking straight onto the ground, or in this case, the car's metal frame. Either one of these leaks is going to trigger this code.
So what if you check all the wiring in the connectors and everything looks perfect? Well, then you have to start looking at the parts themselves. It's totally possible that the wheel speed sensor just died. It happens. Or, in much rarer cases, the problem could be inside the main ABS control module.
Okay, so we've identified the problem, we know all the usual suspects, so how do you actually find the real cause? The key here is a clear step-by-step plan. It'll save you from just throwing parts at the problem and hoping for the best. Here's your game plan. You always start with step one, the visual inspection. It's the easiest thing to do, and you'd be surprised how often it's the fix. If that all looks good, then you move to steps 2 and 3. This is where a multimeter becomes your new best friend. You'll use it to hunt for those invisible electrical leaks we talked about. Only after you're 100% sure the wiring is solid should you even think about moving to step 4.
All right, I know that was a ton of information, so let's just boil it all down to the most important things you need to remember when you're going up against this code.
Just lock these 4 things in your head. 1. This is an electrical problem, not your brakes failing mechanically. 2. It is a safety issue because it messes with your ABS. 3. Always, and I mean always, start with your eyes. Check the simple stuff first. And 4. Having a methodical plan like this makes the whole thing so much less intimidating. So there you have it. That confusing warning light isn't so mysterious anymore, is it? You know what the code means, you know what's likely causing it, and you have a clear plan to find the problem. You're ready to get in there and get it sorted.